Have you ever felt like there's this invisible ceiling above your life? Like, no matter how hard you try, how much you hustle, how many self help books you read, or motivational reels you save but never watch, you just keep bumping into the same old limits, like some weird life version of bumper cars. You try to move forward, and suddenly, bam, there it is again. That same thought, that same fear, that same, maybe I'm just not cut out for this whisper crawling up your spine like a cold breeze in July. And you start to wonder, is this just who I am? Is this all I get? Spoiler alert, it's not. You're not stuck. You're not broken. You're not destined to live on repeat like the world's saddest playlist. You, my friend, are just dealing with something we all face, but rarely talk about in depth without sounding like we're auditioning for a TED Talk in a coffee shop. And that something is limiting beliefs. Those quiet, powerful, stubborn thoughts that live in the background of your mind, like outdated software from 1998, quietly sabotaging everything you try to do. And the worst part? Most of the time, you don't even know they're there because they don't scream. They whisper, gently, convincingly, like an inner narrator that sounds a lot like you, but isn't actually telling the truth. It's like you've got this inner roommate who never pays rent, eats all your confidence, and then casually reminds you that you're probably not ready to go after what you want. So today, we're evicting that voice. Today, we're holding up those beliefs, those assumptions, those lies we've accepted as facts and saying, where's your proof? Because I promise you, if we dig deep, most of the stuff holding you back isn't reality. It's just old fear, wearing a lab coat pretending to be science. Let me tell you a story, one that stuck with me like glitter after a birthday party. There was this elephant, born in captivity, raised in a circus, right? When it was a baby, they tied a rope around its little leg and staked it into the ground. The baby elephant pulled and tugged and fought, but couldn't break free. It wasn't strong enough yet. Over time, it learned escape is impossible. Years pass, the elephant grows into this massive, powerful creature, capable of dragging trucks across dirt roads. But guess what? That same little rope still holds it in place. Why? Not because it can't break free, but because it doesn't try. It's already decided. I'm stuck. And that's what we do. We've got grown adult strength, full grown dreams, wisdom, power, potential, yet we're still tied to tiny ropes from our childhood, our past relationships, our early failures, our inner critics. We stay small, not because we are, but because we believe we are. And that's the scariest part. Most people never even tug at the rope. They just assume it's unbreakable. So here's my question. What's your rope? What belief have you been dragging around for years that you've never questioned? Maybe it's, I'm not smart enough. Maybe it's, people like me don't succeed. Maybe it's, I always mess things up, or I'm too much, or I'm not enough, or the ever popular, deeply toxic, I don't deserve better. Whatever it is, I want you to sit with it, really look at it, not with judgment, but with curiosity. Where did that belief come from? Who gave it to you? Did someone say it to you directly? Did you absorb it through the way people treated you? Did life throw some hard punches and convince you that your limit was lower than it actually is? Because let's be clear, just because something feels true doesn't mean it is true. Feelings are not facts. They're signals, clues, not conclusions. Now let's talk about the brain for a second, because your brain, while brilliant, is also a bit lazy. It loves routine. It's addicted to familiarity. If your brain had a Netflix queue, it'd just keep rewatching your worst memories because they're predictable and therefore safe. Your brain literally wires itself around repetition. What you think, you start to believe. What you believe, you start to expect. What you expect, you unconsciously create. It's a loop, a trap, a self fulfilling prophecy wrapped in a weighted blanket of doubt. And the only way to break it is to interrupt the pattern, to challenge the thought, to pause and say, Wait, is this actually true or is this just something I picked up and never questioned? You've probably been taught that belief is something you earn, that you need proof before you can feel confident. But that's backwards. Belief comes before the proof. Confidence isn't the result, it's the fuel. You build belief by choosing to act anyway, even when you don't feel ready, even when your hands shake, even when Carl, yes, I've named your inner critic Carl, sorry, Carl, starts ranting again about why this will never work. You don't argue with Carl. You just nod politely and keep going. You say, thanks for your concern, but I'm doing this anyway. That's power. That's where freedom lives. Let's get practical. Step one to breaking free is awareness. You cannot change what you won't face. So start paying attention to your thoughts like a detective. Be curious. Listen to the stuff you say to yourself when no one's around. Would you say that to someone you love? No? Then why say it to you? Step two, challenge it. Don't just accept these beliefs like expired coupons at the checkout lane of your life. Demand receipts. Ask, where did this come from? Who told me this? And do they even know what they're talking about? And step three, the fun part, rewrite the narrative. Not with delusional optimism, but with empowering truth. Instead of, I always fail, try, every mistake gets me closer to mastery. Instead of, I don't belong, try, I'm building my place, one day at a time. This is not about pretending life is easy. It's about refusing to live like your worth is conditional. And hey, let me pause for a second and say something real. You've survived things that would have crushed someone else. You've shown up on days when you had nothing left. You've kept going even when you doubted yourself. And that is not a small thing. That's resilience. That's grit. That's evidence that you're already stronger than the voice in your head gives you credit for. So if today you're tired or lost or just unsure if you can really change the script, know this. Change doesn't come from believing you're invincible. It comes from believing you're capable, even when you're scared, especially when you're scared. Here's something wild. You can choose to believe in yourself without evidence. You can choose to trust the possibility of your growth more than the certainty of your fear. That's what bold people do, not perfect people, bold ones. People who feel the fear and move anyway, who fail, fall, cry in their car at lunch, then get up and try again. That's real strength. That's how you build a new belief system, one brave choice at a time. So breathe. In through your nose, out through your doubt. Remind yourself, I am not my past. I am not the worst thing that happened to me. I am not the scared kid I used to be. I am a grown person with power, choice, and the ability to change my story. And even if I've believed a lie for years, I can still rewrite the truth starting now. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are not behind. You're on the edge of something beautiful, and the only thing you need to do to step into it is believe that you can. Not perfectly, not all at once, but enough to try. Enough to say, I'm done letting fear drive the car. Enough to say, I deserve better than this old belief system that never saw who I really am. And if no one else tells you today, let me be the one to say it. I believe in you. I believe in your comeback. I believe in your ability to take the rope off your leg and walk toward the life that's been waiting for you. The limits you've accepted, they're not real. The fears you've fed, they're not facts. You're bigger than all of it. You're not your doubt. You're not your delay. You're a plot twist in motion. And this, right now, this is where your new chapter begins. Keep going. Stay wise. Stay stubborn about your healing. Stay wild enough to believe that your future isn't written in stone. It's written by you. And you, my friend, are holding the pen now.